welcome back to the channel and another episode on the mighty little ST over here. Well, since the last episode things have changed a little bit, but in the last episode we started like working out what the damage was and stuff, which was pleasantly surprising the rest of it, so we decided to start stripping it down, ready to paint and all the rest of it. But, and there's a big but there, after the arch kit that I wanted to use on there, as I said, I don't think I said it in the last episode or the one before, I can't remember which one it was, but I've got plans for this one, how I want it to go and the rest of it. But the company which I'm getting the arch kit for, because of all the COVID crap and all the rest of it that went on and stuff, they're still struggling for materials and stuff at the moment. And yeah, even after all this time, yeah. But it is what it is, it's the whole world's like it, isn't it? But they're struggling, and they wouldn't be able to fulfill my order for 4 to 6 months. So it's on hold at the moment, waiting for that to do that. So what I decided to do was start putting everything back together again, so we can get it all built up in like it is. The bodywork's not going to be immaculate. It's all going to have to be painted, but we decided to get it put back together. So I got all the boot area all back together and all the rest of it. All that back on. Yeah, doors fell off. But yeah, we got that lot all back on and stuff. As for the doors, there's a reason behind why these doors are now off of that one over there. If I find a blade, wherever I've got a blade, I've got a blade somewhere. Blade. Why is that? I can never find a blade when I want one. I had about 20 here yesterday. Can't find a single one now. Ah, there's one. Right, now I've got a blade. I started messing around with this door to find that someone has really not keyed it before they painted it. If I get a blade, I can literally just cut the paint off. So whoever painted this, if you look at it, let me put the blade down before I cut my hands. If you look at the paint that comes off, you can see it's all shiny and stuff on the back of there. There's not a single ounce of bloody primer anywhere to be seen. If there is, it's got to be the lightest coat ever. The paint's thin as hell, so it's not, but it's had some repair work done in the middle down there, and the door's been pulled. It's got a tiny skim of filler on it, but they made it so smooth, the paint won't stick to it. So the door's shit. And exactly the same with that one, that's been painted again, and that one also had the rot on the top of it up there. So that's the reason why those doors are changing. So first thing today, I'm going to get these doors on, and we can start building up front end, the rest of it. I've got it all off, so we can get the front end all built up and stuff. There's a few bits I've got to get off the other one, which is the headlight washers and stuff like that. But as for the doors, they're quite simple. The bolts dropping now, I took a couple off just to show you. But they drop in. I mean, I've got the bolt on the end of it, but they drop in the top, which is this bit here is attached to the door. There's some 8mm on the bottom of them, and some wires. So I will get them on, which won't take me long, or shouldn't take me long, I should say. And we'll go from there. Apologise about that, guys. I wasn't really able to, as I just trip over the flipping jack. I wasn't really able to film a lot of that very well. It was a pain in the backside because I had to get into all that bit down there and stuff. I still got to put a wire and roll it back on. But you drop it in, you put your 2 bit of bolts on and connect it back up. And the same, excuse me, on this side, all done exactly the same. As I suspected though, I've still got more work to do, but I'm not doing that yet. I'll do that when I do the interior. I've got to take the door apart and change the door wiring loom. Because as I suspected, now it won't lock and unlock. It does on the windows, but it won't unlock and unlock by the key. So funny that, and I was half suspecting that, but it's what it is. Just a bit more extra work for that. But yeah, they're on now. Fitting quite nicely. Quite happy how they are. Need to just adjust this wing a little tiny bit. It's the wing, I actually did look, the actual wing is very slightly in. So we adjust the wing out and stuff like that. And there's that bit done. So yeah, I think the next mission is see if we can rebuild what was the accident damage on the front, and go from there. What I've decided, from looking at that one over there to this one here, there is actually no damage on here, it's just a scuff. So until I get round to painting it, which won't be yet, but when I get round to painting it, I'll paint that at the same time. I'll do all the paintwork in one go. But for now, I'm going to start fitting up on the front end, seeing if we get it all to fit and stuff, and yeah, go from there. Right, after a bit of a faff-around and stuff, got the bumper on. This bumper, before you even think about it, isn't perfect, hence why it needs painting anyway. Someone who was on the other one had some arches screwed onto it and stuff, but we'll fix all that lot as we get round to painting it. But yeah, the bumper's now on. I had to replace, if you remember, I had to cut one of them off. So that's now being replaced, that's now done. The other things I've got left to do is the 2 screws in the wheel arches, but we'll get to that when we get the wheels off. Replace this bit. We did all the washer squirters and stuff now with all the cable and the rest of it, because someone took the whole lot off. God knows. Obviously it broke at some time and someone decided I couldn't be bothered to fix it. So yeah, they got round, it got fixed that way. So next thing's next. I'm going to get the headlights in, and then we'll carry on messing around with a catch, which I've got a complete replacement. So let's get on to the next bit. Alright, so that's the headlights in. Both of them need good flat down and clean up and polish and stuff, but that's, once again, I'm just trying to get everything trial fitted, make sure everything fits in here, and then we can get on. So I want to get this bonnet catch to work. So I took the bonnet catch out the other one, which has been replaced, which is that bit, these 2 bits on the grill. As I said, it's all been replaced, it's all aftermarket stuff, but we'll get this one in there, because I'm sure this will work better than that other one bloody did. Oh, there we go. All back together, cover covers on, rest of it in there. It's all coming back together quite nicely and stuff. Need a couple of bits of paint and stuff, and those are not the right complete ones there, but we're not worried about that. But yeah, it's all missing a bit of bracket at the back, but we can sort that out later. So today's moment of truth, I haven't checked it yet. That's now shut. Oh, go one way. There you go. And now I've got a bonnet, and that opens and shuts. So we won't need a spanner in, I don't think. Oh, funny that, it's a bloody 10mm as well. Right, let me work out what I'm going to get on with next, because that's done. I think the front is, apart from those couple of clips in the front and change the tyres, I think that's done. I haven't number plate, of course, but we've got to wait for them to turn up. But, yeah. I don't know, let me work it out. Right, I've now got it off the quick jack things. Quick jack? What am I on like? Quick jack? Those flipping ramp things. Quick ramp things, whatever they're called. I don't know. Give up. So I've now got them on axle stand and stuff, so I can now get the front wheels off, change on the inside, change the front wheels and stuff, and you'll see why I've got to change the front wheels in a minute. This is 100%, I can tell you now, this car got written off by pictures only, not by an assessor looking at it, and I can tell you why in a second. That there, guys, is the reason why I know 100% how it got written off by that. Let's grab the camera and I'll show you exactly what I mean. There you go, guys. Inside's gone so much. It's not focusing here. We've got wire hanging out all the way around it. So there's 100% the reason why I know for a while that got written off by pictures only. Because if the assessor came out, they wouldn't have paid out whatsoever. It would have just gone, no, tough. But the other tyre on the other side, that side, is just exactly the same. But let me get on and do a few bits here. Let's see a wheel arch back in. Have a quick shifty around here. So we've got some discs which are not too bad. Brake pads got some life in them. Don't look too bad under here, to be honest with you. Livable. But yeah, that tyre ain't going back on. Let's get rid of that one. And luckily, I've still got good enough tyres on the other ones, so we're just swapping with these. Here's one little tip for you guys. A forward wheel nut should look like that with a cover over it. If the cover is missing and it's been removed just like that, that becomes an 18mm. Well, that's a 19mm. Just make your lives easier and you don't round off sockets and stuff. But I'm going to replace them all with some more 19s because one, I think they look better, and two, I'd rather have them all the bloody same. It's not too bad. I have got, what, 3? So I've just got one that's odd, which is annoying with someone with OCD, but it's what it is. Alright, I'll get another. And the same if I was doing this car to sell, I'd get another one as well, because it just looks so much better. Right. I'm going to get the other side done exactly the same as this, so I won't bore you, and I'll be back in a minute. Well, as I had the front end up and I got the out done, I decided I'd get on with putting side skirts back on and stuff. They got to come off going when I get painted, so I didn't go overly mad at getting them 100% perfect. Just wanted them back together to make sure, once again, everything fits up as it should do. Because they're the side skirts off of that one over there, because the other ones are not as amazing condition because they were the way they were stuck on. But what you see me do is put 3M tape behind the back of it in the right places and put screws back in it. And I decided to use mud flaps off the other one because I quite like it with mud flaps. So I got the mud flap on that side, and once again, side skirt mud flap and everything on this side. So I'm going to dump this front end back on the ground, lift the arse end up, and see if we can get the rear bumper on. It's on, back bumper's back on. Don't know if any of you know any of these bumpers or not, but they got the plastic insert in them, which, same as that there, the plastic infill panel. that one there, well, both of these on that car, they've been bodged and they've been screwed on the rest of it, so I just didn't care about them. The ones that was on that car came off quite nicely, but the problem I had with it, the bumper that's had a big hole in it, which was right here. So instead of trying to fix the bumper, I just nicked the bumper off of that one, plonked it on, re-put the inside bits back on, because they all got to be riveted on, so you got to drill them out and rivet on, which I didn't bore you with, because I think we all know how to drill out some rivets and plonk them on. I think it's 5 on each side, and then plonk it back on. 2 squeeze either side, 2 bolts there, and then put the splash guards and everything back on. But it's all back together. It's actually starting to resemble a car again. But we still got a few bits. Still waiting for number plates to turn up. Put badge on. Need to do the wiper. I need to get a toe and eye cover. What else do I need to do? I need to get a toe and eye cover. Need to redo the wiring on the doors. Put a couple of trims on. Waiting for some new covers to come from there, which is the ST things, which is different than like normal Focus and stuff, because they normally have the indicator there. As I said before, when I get round to painting it, there's a few holes. It's the same with the rear bumper where people have bodged it over the years and put arches and stuff like that on it. Need to get the front covers. One moment, stop flipping, blowing around and creaking. Go away. Right, so yeah, I need to get both washer jet covers and washer jet bracket cover, like bits, the white plastic bits to go on it, because mine broken, and a toe and eye cover. But yeah, same that side. I need to put that bottom bit on properly, but I'm not too fussed, as I said, at the moment. Oh, and change the mirror over. But as I say, I'm not too fussed at the moment, because I just wanted to get it all together in a way, mock fit it all up, just so the car can be used or moved around, because at the moment it's still got MOT on it. Because it was a Cat N, not a Cat S, they don't revoke with the MOT like they do with a Cat S. So this one can technically still be driven as it is for now. I'm just waiting for a logbook to turn up so I can get some new number plates, because the front one was missing, and I don't particularly fancy getting nicked by the old Bill for driving around with one in the rear. But yeah, I got to that stage with that. As I said, it's just got one of those ones that once I manage to get the parts and the rest of it, this thing will carry on doing it. But for now, we're getting there. I've got all the interior still to change over, which I'm changing because it absolutely hums. So I do the wiring on the doors at the same time, which that's going to make an absolute ball ache. But I did half suspect that was going to be the case. God knows why, but I've done them before and it's been exactly the same thing. But when I get around to painting it, I'm going to put 2 new wings on it, because the wing on the other side is a repop and it's shit. It's easy way of putting it. No one painted it properly, so it's gone rust at the bottom. This one's got rust at the bottom, so I'd rather just put 2 new wings on it. Decent quality wings. Don't have to worry about the rust or anything else to it, so that can go on nicely. There's a couple of bits I want to sort out on the sills. It's not rotten through or anything like that, it's just a bit of surface which I clean up before I paint it and things like that. But we go into that lot with that. But for today, guys, I've run out of time completely and utterly. So I'm going to be signing off, but hopefully you guys are realising this project's actually getting there now. And we're going to modifying it later on once it's on the road and being used, I reckon. But for now, I'm going to disappear, guys. Merch and all that lot in the description. And please, please, please hit that like and subscribe button. It does help us. You don't realise quite how much it does help us. But if you do like what we're doing, hit it. If you don't, then I understand as well. So until the next one, guys, hope you're all staying safe.